5 somewhat incorrect ideas about cultural competency and how to correct them. Cultural competency is defined as the ability of providers and organizations to effectively deliver healthcare services that meet the social, cultural, and linguistic needs of patients. Myth number 1. There are too many cultures in the U.S. and world. I can't possibly learn what I need to know about all of them. Cultural competency isn't about memorizing facts from every culture in the U.S. One really important aspect is learning to recognize your own pre-existing beliefs about a specific culture and deciding whether or not they are valid. You might be surprised to learn how much your own culture influences your belief about other people. It is also really important to recognize that cultural competency is focused on understanding information given by the patient. It is vital to take context into account. When cultural competency is taken from this approach, it is a much more feasible task. Myth number 2. I have already learned about cultures in my area and have changed how I think about them, so now I am ready for anyone who comes into my clinic. Say a man walks into your clinic that is in your normal culture, but he won't take the medication you prescribed him. You already know everything about cultures in your area, but how do you respond now? Being culturally competent is more than just a one-time event. You may expose yourself to a culture and later realize that not everything you learned applies to your patient or was true. It's important to remember that each person's experience in their culture is different. Myth number 3. My own diversity, be it my ethnicity, my gender, or my disability, has taught me what it means to be culturally sensitive. I don't need any special training on how to become culturally competent. Culture is much more diverse and deep than we can see on the surface. Just because you understand what it feels like to be in the culture minority does not give you insight into the complexities of other cultures. It is so important to see past the preconceptions and generalizations we have about cultures and instead take a deliberate approach to be more culturally competent. Myth number 4. There are only a couple of cultures that are different from the dominant American culture in my community. Culture is not only defined by race and ethnicity, it actually includes a broad variety of identities. Regardless of the diversity or lack thereof in your community, on a daily basis, every person, including you, can meet someone with cultural experiences different than your own. Myth number 5. Diversity gives preferential treatment to others, but doesn't benefit me or others in the majority. An effective program should enable everyone involved to have an equal voice and opportunity to use their talents. The organizations that are being awarded and recognized for innovative, employee-focused programs that are of great value and benefit to others are the same organizations that are making great strides in supporting diversity and implementing practices that provide extra opportunities for women and minorities, aka those who focus in on cultural competency.